Hello and welcome to GrindslimeTV with me, your host Aaron. And today is B-Side Saturday, where we go through some of the stuff I've been listening to this week that I didn't show on camera. Now, there's no vinyl this week, oddly enough. So just cassettes and CDs. But that's alright. I thought I'd get this first one out of the way first, as I have done a video on this one in the past. And that is Italy's Raw Power. And this is their double album CD of Screams from the Gutter and After Your Brain. It's their it's their second and third record. They came out in 85 and 86, I believe. But absolutely fantastic records. Can't really make out the artwork so well, but it's all very, very strange, kind of punky, slimy, sort of craziness, you know? Monsters and stuff. Now, this won't be for everybody because these guys are one of these sort of like old school, sort of like hardcore bands, particularly coming out of Italy, where there wasn't much of a scene going on. But do not despair. Those of you who are like, oh, I don't like hardcore. If you like crossover, you might dig this, because these guys were a big, big, big part of that. And like, it's really cool, like hearing these really old recordings from back then, even in the hardcore scene, using like double kick and stuff like that, and those sort of thrashy kind of riffs coming in. Really, really good stuff. I really recommend it. If you like your hardcore stuff and you haven't heard this, definitely worth your time. But if you also like some of the more crossover, sort of hardcore acts, like, I don't know, say DRI or Spaz, anything like that, this will definitely float your boat. And if you have heard it already, tell everyone how wonderful it is. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, really, really cool release. So one I play quite often. This came out on Back on Black, so it's one of their records that is actually decent. I'm glad it's on CD, because if it was on vinyl, I'm sure it would be shit. Because that's the experience I have with Back on Black's vinyls, unfortunately. But CD releases, top notch. So another CD. Here's a band that I talked about a couple of months ago, I think. Well, back. I've probably shown more of their stuff on camera since. But these guys are out of Lima, Peru, and it's one of my favourite bands, of course. We're talking about Anal Vomit and their album Deprivation. Fantastic black and death thrash out of South America. Look at them bloody hoodlums hanging around, probably smoking and swearing. Can't be having that. Can't be having that. But yeah, so very simple inside. Got your lyrics and whatnot, and that is pretty much it, other than another photo. But yeah, pretty old school, pretty cool. Why not? But yeah, really good stuff. If you like Sarcophago, Mutilator, Volcano, early Sepultura, Bulldozer. I know they're from Italy, but you know, they're another band that's from, you know, good stuff, you know. No, they're not South American, but yeah, you know, early Venom, all that kind of stuff thrown into a bag. Yeah, Anal Vomit's got you covered. Really, really, really cool stuff. One of my favourite bands. I don't have all of their stuff yet, but they're one of those ones that when I see it, I'm probably going to pick it up. But I've got quite a few releases of theirs now. I might even do an Anal Vomit collection one day. That'd be pretty cool. One of those sort of collection videos. What do you guys reckon? You want to see my Anal Vomit collection? Strange sentence, isn't it, when you think about it? But I mean, it's not an impressive collection. Don't get it twisted. But a collection nonetheless. So yeah, I think it'd make for a cool little 20-minute video or something, maybe. Who knows? But on we move now to fucking cassettes. Now, another influence of Anal Vomit that should have came to mind as soon as I mentioned it is, of course, this era of Slayer. We're talking Hella Whites. Oh yeah, this is the one that's got the bonus tracks there. Got the first half of the Haunt in the Chapel EP, I believe, and then of course on Raining Blood's got the other half. But I have Haunt in the Chapel, of course, on vinyl. In fact, if I just move that up there, there's the bloody poster right above the bed. Pride of Place. Oh, 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 yes, you know that great EP, one of the best ever made. But we're talking about Hello Whites. So very cool, simple stuff. Again, I think even Slayer had an influence on Anal Vomit's booklet. So pretty cool. I mean, you guys all know Hello Whites. It's easily in the top 3 Slayer records, you know, being part of the first 3 and all. But yeah, fantastic record. Depending on my mood, it's a coin flip between which one I prefer, between this or Rain in Blood. But ultimately, it doesn't really matter, does it? I just enjoy them both very much, so it don't really care. I mean, Show No Mercy still my favourite, and which is funny because I slept on that album for quite a while. Like, I remember hearing it and thinking, oh yeah, it's cool, but it's a bit dated or whatever, and then just sort of sticking around with like Hell Awaits, Rain in Blood, and God Hates Us All. Funny enough, I was a big fan of that album. Season of the Abyss, that sort of stuff. South of Heaven, but yeah, it was within the last 10 years, maybe a bit longer. Maybe maybe like 11, 12 years. I suddenly started picking up the Show No Mercy again, and over the past decade or so, or whatever it is, it's just skyrocketed top of the list. It's like, no, this album's fantastic. It's fucking brilliant. Everything about it. But yeah, this has got all those classics that I know you all love, like Kill Again, banger. But Kill Again could be my favourite on the record. That is a wicked song. Necrophiliac's a good one too. I mean, Hell Awaits is a banger of an opener, in it. At Dawn They Sleep. Oh, mate, yeah. The Hardening of the Archeries, yeah, see. But I do think Kill Again is probably my favourite one on there. I do think, yes. Yeah, Metal Blaze classic, and this was from what, 84, yeah. Oh, 85. Yeah, 85, yeah, cool. So, where is it? This is 84 and 85. Oh, I don't fucking know. Early 80s, early to mid 80s, you know it is. But Hell Awaits, I know it, you know it, and if you don't know it, get on it because it's fan-fucking-tastic. Oh, absolutely. Now, on to some other stuff. Let's get out a bit of grind, shall we? Oh, yes, from Russia. Oh, yeah, we've got a fantastic band, not together anymore, unfortunately, last time I checked. I have no idea what the album's called because it's all in Russian, and I don't read or speak Russian. But the band is called Head Brain Blockade, and they are absolutely fantastic. This is about a 40-minute long record. All in all, really cool artwork there. And you get 17 tracks, very old school, is what we like. Oh, yes. Now, when it comes to sound, if you're a fan of turn of the century Napalm Death and World Downfall era Terrorizer, I mean, it takes more from the former than the latter, but it's definitely still in there. But yeah, this will be right up your street. Fantastic grind band out of Russia, Head Brain Blockade. They've got quite a few releases up. This is the only one of theirs I really know. I think I've heard other ones in passing, but this is the only one I own, so this is the one I play the most, and it is a brilliant record. It's one of those ones that every time I put it on, I always know it's a really good one. And then when I put it on, I forget how good it is. And then I start remembering these riffs and being like, oh, fuck, so that's who did that riff before. Because now you get sometimes you get a riff stuck in your head and you think, oh, I know it's a banger. But then suddenly you hear it and you're like, oh, of course, it's the brain, the fucking brain, mate. So yeah, they should get back together if they're not back together yet. But really, really cool grindcore. You know, if you're into the old school stuff or the new stuff or none of it, I'm sure this will be your new favourite band. So make that happen. Head Brain Blockade. Now, up next, we have a band again, no longer with us, unfortunately, because the singer unfortunately died back in 2002, which is a shame. But yeah, this is a band called Sea of Deprivation, and their album, what is it called again? Catharsis in Disharmony. That's the one. But absolutely wicked stuff. Let's show you very suicidal sort of themes and stuff, and giving up hope and seeing how ugly the world is and how shitty humans are, that kind of thing. Now, it's for the most part sort of crust sludge kind of things, but don't let that put you off either, because these guys threw everything but the kitchen sink at this when it comes to like extreme metal genre. There's black metal parts, there's a lot of death metal parts. I mean, there's blast beats in there as well, and that's not something you hear, like, you know, overly much in, well, like in sludge, at least in my experience. I mean, it happens, sure, but you know, these guys, they pull it out. They pull it out. Atmosphere, passion, just fucking rawness. Oh, heavy as fucking balls. I mean, if you're into those sort of slower slam riffs from like the mid-90s kind of time, this has got them. If you like those sort of really fast, aggressive, but also the little bit of hope lingering in them, sort of black metal riffs, this has got them. If you like the crusty stuff and the sludgy stuff, this has got it all eight in spades. Breakdowns, you name it. This record has it. Atmosphere, and there's metal out the fucking arse. Again, won't be for everyone, but for those of you who will like it, I promise you, you will fucking love it. Sea of Deprivation, Catharsis in Disharmony. Fantastic record. A very underrated classic in my opinion. Very, very good. Now, here's the last one. And I thought it's been a bit of a brutal death metal week, so why not end on a bit more brutal death metal? You want to know another underappreciated album, in my opinion? It is Circle of Perversion by Inveracity. What a fucking disc! Well, this is a tape, but even still, gotta love it. And then look at this, look. They didn't skimp on the insides. They got the lyrics and they got the bonuses. Oh yeah, full colour and everything. Fantastic. Classic tunes as well from the opening of the Savagely Beaten. And what else have we got in here? A bit more random. She Died in My Arms. Banger. Fist Fuck Sodomy. 11. Yep. That's right. 11. And Multiple Homicide, Remnants of Dis. Oh. Just so many bangers. And the bloody instrumental as well. Just absolutely cracking record, an absolute classic. The bass on it sounds fantastic. The blasts are clean, but they've still got that nice kind of, I don't know, sort of just old school rawness to them. That's really cool. You know, the guitar's got those nicely scooped mids and just, oh, it's just absolute suffocation worship, like Effigy of the Forgotten, Pierced from Within worship, just done German style. Absolutely fantastic. Really, really good record. If you haven't heard that, get on it. You are missing out. So that is it from me this week. I hope you enjoyed this B-side Saturday. I thought I'd round things up a bit quicker, you know. So what do you reckon? A bit more less, that doesn't make any sense. A bit less waffle, a little more stoffle. I don't know if that's a word or not, but I couldn't think of a word that rhymed with waffle at the time, so that's what you've got. So, any questions you want answered on camera, use the email below. Any you want answered in the comments, just leave a comment down there asking you whatever it is you like to know about these things. And what do you guys think? I want to hear from you too. What have you been listening on today's B-side Saturday? I'm hoping to get a trend going where you guys take part in it. Let's make it happen. This is B-side Saturday. Let me know down there what you've been listening to this week. Support the scene, your underground stuff, and the local neighbours and all them lot. Brilliant.